Today my father is driving me to my swimming lesson. He's speaking to me, but I'm not answering. A ball of anguish is lodged in my throat and stops me from speaking. It feels like somebody is crying inside my chest. From up here, I can hear them laughing at me. A storm awakens itself in me. My lungs fill with an immense sea of sorrow. I fall, I dive, and I depart.
What's up, guys? I'm FlyPengwin, and I'm here with Iris and the Giant, a deck-building roguelite with the paper-cut style. This genre is mostly made famous by the most recent game, Slay the Spire. I don't know to what extent the game is inspired by Slay the Spire, but there are some similar elements. We're going to find that the mechanics are a little bit simpler. The combat and the weapons are a little bit easier to read, less text, a little bit more simplistic. And I've only had a little bit of time with this game, maybe 1 or 2 full runs, but I'm starting this on a new file, so you're going to see everything basically from scratch, and we're gonna run through the game together.
It's funny. I no longer feel fear, but I know I am here to face my demons.
So Iris, a teenage girl, is facing her demons internally, and the game kind of acts as a metaphor to show her struggles, basically. So before letting you go, here are some tips. We have the axe, which hits all opponents in the row, so we're going to use that. We're just going to run through the tutorial. It's pretty simplistic. Swords can be comboed, which means that they do 1 damage, or 1 hit, and then you can play all of them in your hand on a given turn. And so turns work in a alternating order between you and the enemies. Everyone in the front row can attack you by default, and then there's some people, for example this archer cat in the back row, that can hit you right away. These crystals that I've grabbed, if you see here the tool text, collect the crystals, get rare cards. You can see here the number of crystals you need to find. So when we hit 16 more crystals, we will get a rare deck of cards, or a rare set of cards rather. And so this 16 number here is our deck. I can't click on it now because we're in the tutorial, but we load our deck just as you would with Slay the Spire, etc. But you load it with classes of weapons all at one time. So for example, this is 6 swords, this is 2 will, which we're going to grab this because it's pretty good. The confidence cards rather, not will. And then 5 swords, or 6 swords. So we're going to grab these. Daggers will deal fatal blows to any one opponent, and they're fine, but I've noticed that they aren't amazing until they're upgraded. And then we'll get into the upgrade mechanics later. And the axes are a bit more AoE based as well. So we're going to start. The game's going to show us what our deck looks like. So this is our deck so far. Now keep in mind that as you play cards, the deck will exhaust. So just because you have 3 axes or 5 bows doesn't mean that's the way your deck has to look the rest of the game. And so each defeated demon gives you 1 star, and at the end of killing or defeating 9 more demons, in this example, we're going to level up, and so that'll become apparent. Actually, I'm going to keep the tutorial on. Once we level up, we assert our personality. Iris gains a little bit of confidence, and she can activate any of these perks, which will be displayed later. And then will, this 30 will, is kind of our life. And then these cards, these confidence cards, and a couple of other random bonuses will let you improve upon that will. So right now, I'm gonna just kind of run through the game. The first few levels are fairly tutorial-esque. Yep, so this bow cat attacks, and if you see where it says attack 1 underneath the tool text, that's how much damage they'll do. This baby minotaur will jump over the guy in front of him and attack me for 4. And so keep in mind, I've played the first few rounds, or in the first few levels. I think I can point out where when we get to a point where I've no longer played, it'll become obvious because I'll start explaining the steps as they come up. So I wish I didn't have to use this axe on him, but that's just the way it is. So we are on floor 3. So 1, 2, 3. And if you see this back here, this is a good, up here in the top right, this is a memory, and so that's going to be a good thing for us to get, and that'll be this tutorial level, or that'll be explained in this tutorial level. I'm going to take out one of these archer cats because they can attack me from the second row. Actually, no, never mind. I'm going to attack this minotaur because it does the most damage, so just take him out real fast. And then if you notice, after each round we draw a card, and the 16, and so we have a good amount of will cards, a good amount of 2 axes, 3 bows, and then 7 swords. We really could use something other than these will cards. Maybe I shouldn't have taken some on the second round, but that'll be fine. We'll get better at deck building as the game goes on. Like I said, this is hour 2 with this game, I think. This is really only my second or third playthrough. So playthrough of a campaign, rather, not of the entire game. So these are our upgrades. Optimism, picking up a crystal gives us 1 will point on each floor. Find 1 more crystal, that seems to be fine. A shield card will protect me during 3 turns instead of 2. I immediately get a shield for 2 turns. Or on each floor, 2 demons are tougher, but they give 3 stars. Or we can just open a chest to get some cards. Our hand is honestly fine with 14. I like the idea of upgrading shield cards. I don't think we have any of those so far, but we will be using them pretty heavily once we get them. This Minotaur wears thick armor. I have to attack it 3 times to defeat it. So let's just go ahead and knock out one of those attacks. And then we're not exactly getting the best hand. I'm gonna take 1 more hit and then I will heal. Oh, I cut that way too close. Okay, so here is our will. We're gonna restore. Now we're at 30, and then we're going to take out the front row. Just a whack. So the archer cats are going to be doing 3 damage until we can get some of those knocked out. But for now, I want to take over this memory. And I'll let the cutscene play.
Cat got your tongue? I will have to give you a failing grade. If all you're going to do is cry, you might as well sit back down.
And so memories are a way for the game to kind of inject bits of story as we go, and I really think it's a fresh take on this sort of genre, this deck building roguelike type thing, because sometimes these games just kind of run with an ambiguous story, and so this is a way to get that taste of a story if you're interested in it. So these 3 are a result of killing the boss. That's the star that we picked up, a big demon. At the beginning of my turn, gained 1 will point for each sword in my hand. When a card ends up in my bag, I gain 1 will point, or my bag is better protected. Thieves have a 50% chance of not stealing anything at all. We're gonna take the sword's heal, because that makes these swords just kind of become a perpetual source of will. Then we're gonna knock him out. Perfect. So if you notice, these will heal me if I decide to just leave it, but I actually want to end this round and then grab the chest. So the first swords we've seen, and the first fireball. I think they're fireball. Yeah, fire. First fireball. We're gonna grab these. Whips are new as well. They pull an opponent or an object toward me. They have use. I've only played enough to get small upgrades for them, and I haven't quite found great uses for them. Gonna let the cutscene play.
The labyrinthine maze of my imagination, with my will as my only guide.
And you'll notice that the game is based on this this Greek theme, right? We were crossing the river Styx at the beginning, and there's a few different references to ancient Greek culture, right? The shields and some of the design. Obviously not the skeletons, but the game does have some references to it. So I don't want to use this. I don't want to use this fireball because I'm going to hurt one of my 2 chests, and I don't think that I think that they die. I'm not actually certain. So I'm going to use this, give it a whack. And then I suppose I will open the chest. Let's get some more, let's get some fire and some bows. Or arrows, rather. We will burn. And if you notice, this is a new enemy. So this thief cat will come and take cards from my bag. I better keep him far away, which we will do. Goodbye, thief cat. And then now, I don't particularly have anything to knock these guys out with. I wish that I could. I'm going to try it and not I'm interested in the interaction, so let's see what happens to the chest. Chest is fine, so it looks like it can withstand 1 hit, maybe 2, because it's damaged, but it's not. So see, the damaged chest means I can only grab 1 thing instead of 2, so that's good to keep in mind. We haven't yet seen that. So let's kill this thief cat so he doesn't steal any of our cards. And then now I'm not particularly certain as to what I need to do. So let's block, and then we'll get a weapon. I still haven't quite figured out the draw. When you draw, when you don't. It doesn't seem to be every turn per se. Or it is every turn, but it doesn't seem to be consistent. I'm not really sure yet. So for example, we have 4 cards in our hand that are left over from the last round, and we didn't draw, right? So we're just gonna block. And these guys steal as well, so we want to try to knock out them. So we have 3 turns of immunity, or 2 turns of immunity, so let's knock out one of these thieves. Thieves, rather. Let's knock out the other one. Oh, and we leveled up, very good. Stars allow you to upgrade one of your traits. I draw 5 cards instead of 4. A better shield, or a trick. Once I have played 12 cards, the card I play returns to my bag. That doesn't seem to be amazing, just because we have 15 cards in our deck, and so we're only going to use that a few times. So let's go with imagination. I think card draw is good, especially since we keep the cards in our hand round after round. And if you haven't noticed, the guys with this armor take more than 1 hit. There's this armor with a diamond, and then I believe that there's another form of armor that goes over that, which gives 3 pieces of armor as well. So we took some damage there, but we're holding on to 3 will cards, so we should be fine. We're gonna get rid of the bad. There they are. Take those. And now we will... Alright, so now we have the Minotaur, and he'll do 4. And then see, we gain 2. We had 9 at the end of that round. We gained 2 by holding onto these swords. So the sustain with these is actually fairly good. Another Thief Cat. Oh, perfect. And then we'll heal at the end of this round. Yeah, so we should heal. This skeleton has a terrible power. It allows my enemies to attack twice. And notice he's wearing the 2 armor breastplate, I guess, and while he has 1. So this is actually a very kind of a formidable section. So I'm going to heal up and then use my heal to attack the skeleton. And I don't know that they'll actually be able to attack me with this chest in the way. Yes, so with this chest in the way, they can't move forward, so it actually acts as a barrier. So opening it will kind of start the fight. So I would like more of these. I think I have... Yeah, I have no shields, no swords, 2 confidence cards, they're both in my hands, and then a dagger. So I'm actually going to take a dagger to take out this boss. I don't know if I'm going to get the draw. I did get the draw, so we're going to do that. And that gets rid of the armor immediately, which is pretty card efficient if you think about it, because otherwise it would have taken me, 3 swords or 3 arrows, or, a couple of any variety of different things. I throw my daggers to strike a demon of the 2nd row. Chests now offer 1 more dagger card. When a card ends up in my bag, I gain 1 will. I think we've seen that one before. And then when I play a confidence card, it turns into a flame card. I can play this turn. That does seem to be good, but I also think that daggers upgraded might make us squeeze a little bit more value out of them. So we're going to... Let's just arrow this guy. We can't make any combos, so we'll just heal off of it. Heal a little bit more, and then we'll go. Thunder cards symbolize the rage sleeping within you. A lot of symbolism. And I really like this paper cut primary color style. Everything, seems clearly marked, right? I know who's a skeleton. I know what this is. Well, I don't. He has a shield. A skeleton hidden behind a shield protects it from everything but magical cards. Thunder, fire, bomb. Okay, so everything but magic, so we should use this on him. But as I was saying, all the enemies are very clearly marked. You know what they do. For example, this guy, cat with a scythe means he's going to steal something from me. Sword with an arrow, or sorry, sword skeleton is a basic guy, and then these are arrow cats are pretty basic as well. So we're gonna get rid of the thief, and I think I'm actually gonna clear these crystals and then get rid of this thief as well. Oh, we leveled up, perfect. So as if by magic, 6 swords appear in my hand, restore all my will, or a bunch of axes, which a bunch of axes actually seems to be pretty nice. Let's take out the thief cat. And so this amphora, I'm not actually sure how to pronounce that in Greek. An old amphorae, I could break it with a mere kick, and I believe if I just click on them, they go away. Yep. And so I'm going to use the axe to take out these 3. Remember, I'm not going to take out this guy just because he has a because he has a shield. So instead, to get the most value out of this, I'm going to do this. Oh, and I burnt the trap as well. Good to see. And then now we will use the axe to get 4 kills. Perfect. That was a good whack. Let's do it again. I think the axes were a good investment. Determination, 1 will point for each demon defeated with sword, dagger, axe, arrow, so anything physical. I draw 6 cards instead of 5, which we're already drawing 5, right? On each floor, 2 demons are tougher, but they give me 3 stars. So I think nerve. I think it's time for some nerve to kind of scale up a little bit. And then let's kick this. Oh, okay. So the trap actually hurts us when it comes up to the front row here. So good to know. So he's gonna be tough to kill just because I don't know if we have any magic. We do not have any magic. So these 2 guys are actually going to cause us a little bit of pain. Unless I set it off first. So I think I can kill him. I think I can kill him, and his bomb will kill this guy. And actually, his bomb may kill... Yes. So remember, I can throw our dagger because of that ability that we invested in. So I'm going to use this dagger to hit this bomb, which takes out perpendicular units. So this sword and this minotaur. This'll work. This'll work. Yeah. Okay. Very good. And so he blew up and he damaged me by 8. That's fine. We're gonna grab this memory.
Don't talk to her. She's an idiot. She can't even defend herself, see? Stupid, 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 stupid.
It's not nice. They are all very jealous of her beautiful hair. She does have great hair. Very, very big. Attack all opponents in the first row. This isn't going to do too much, right? Because they have shields. Actually, I don't really have any play other than just use my cards. I'm going to heal. And then I guess we have to waste a card. Ooh, there's crystals in this. Okay. Yeah, this is unfortunate. I need something that I can hit him with. And it doesn't look like I'm actually going to get anything. We might be in a bad spot here. I don't actually know if this is winnable. I don't know how to prevent us from taking hits infinitely, right? So I can do that as many times as I want, but once your deck is empty, you lose the game. And we don't have anything, so really we're just counting it down by now, so unfortunate. So that was the first example, first run of Iris and the Giant. So let's look at the examples of what we won. So you found 63 stars. Here are some rewards for your next game. You won 6 Thunder cards for the next game, 6 Sword cards for the next game, 6 Steel cards, which are nice. We haven't seen those yet. We also haven't seen Thunder. To be fair... Wait, what? You have found a new imaginary friend. You must complete their challenge. Reach floor 7. Interesting. Okay, so I'm not quite sure what that entails, but I think we'll get into it on the next video. And so that was Iris and the Giant. It is $20 on Steam, a few less than that actually. I think it's close to 17 now. This game was created by Goblins Studio, Goblins with a Z, and it is out on Windows, Linux, and Mac, and I picked it up on Steam. I believe it was 10% or 15% off. US dollars is about 18 or something like that. If you enjoyed the content, if you enjoyed this style of video, or you're just really interested in Iris and the Giant, please stick around. I'm going to put down a few more of these. I really like this game. I've only given it a few hours, but I think it's a lot deeper than most first looks are willing to go. And so we're going to continue our run on the next video. See you.